Welcome back, my friends, to more Old School RuneScape. Since the last episode, I did do a ridiculous amount of streaming. I set a record. I did a 10-hour stream. It was pretty epic. Got a lot done, so I did some Guardians of the Rift, which allowed me to restock some runes, more importantly, my Law runes. So that was a lot of fun, and then I went over and I started killing some hill giants, so I got some combat experience. I was trying to work on getting some big bones, maybe some Obor keys. I got a little bit discouraged by that. I figured it might be fun to come in here with a cannon, but I can't buy a cannon because I'm a no-shop Iron Man. So I went over and I started doing moss giants. Started casting on moss giants, so I killed a lot of them. I apologize, I'm going to pull up my loot tracker. You won't be able to see it because my OBS is not capturing it for some reason, but I killed 274 moss giants, and I did manage to get a couple of moss keys from it, which was good. I did some clue scrolls. One of the rare things that I got was a long bone. Otherwise, nothing too exciting there. Then I went over to Forgotten Souls, and I started killing Forgotten Souls to try and get an air battle staff. It's a 1 in 128 drop rate on that. I ended up killing 305 before I got it, so went pretty dry. There was a time there where I was getting fire battle staffs left and right. I got a ton of them. It was pretty wacky, but still, it was a good time. So we did that, and we did a lot of birdhouse runs, a lot of other things. So yeah, that's kind of what happened with the stream. So let me show you my stats. These are my stats. They're coming up pretty well. 55 strength, pretty juicy. Prayers up to 31. I got my magic up to 60. So lots of stuff going on here. The rune crafting went up a little bit as well, as you can see, to 56. Perfect. So now let's go ahead and actually get started with this episode, and let's do one of the quests. We are going to be doing the Nature Spirit quest. So this is going to be another exception to my no shop rule, because you need a silver sickle in order to do this quest. There's no way to get the silver sickle without buying it. So I'm going to do the more complicated version. I'm going to buy a sickle mold. I'm going to craft my own, but even then, there's nowhere to get a sickle mold in the game besides buying it. So I'm going to trade Dominic here and grab a sickle mold. Let's do that. Exception to the rule. So there you go. Next, let me run on over to a furnace so I can make this. I believe there is one on the west side here. Yep. Perfect. I am wearing a Ghost Speak amulet as well. That's going to be important for this quest. And then some stuff here that you see in my inventory will be helpful as well, if not downright necessary. All right, let's make the silver sickle. Perfect. And now off to Varrock. This is kind of an annoying quest in the sense that I don't have very good teleports to the important locations. So we're just going to have to do our best here. It's going to be a lot of running. I probably should have saved my speech for what I did in the previous streaming for all this running that I'm doing now. I think that would have been more ideal. But I can't take back the past. Mistakes were made. Yet here we are. During the stream, I did get these purple sweets, which apparently restore some run energy, so I'm bringing these with me as well. Should be good. So yeah, all you really need is a silver sickle. You need a weapon because you're going to be killing some enemies. You need the Ghost Speak amulet. That's really it. You do need prayer as well, so you got to make sure your prayer is not fully drained. Am I in the right place? Yes, I am. Still going in the right direction. Just making sure. I don't want to get too lost. I can get a little lost, but not too lost. So we start this quest here with Drezel. From when we did Priest in Peril, if you recall that spectacular quest that I did actually quite a long time ago. Love the music in here. I probably say that every time I walk in here. It's so good. I'm a sucker for like the organ music. Alright, Drezel. Give it to me. Do you know anything I can do in Mauritania? Well, not a great deal, but there is something you could do for me if you're interested, though it is quite dangerous. Well, what is it? Maybe I can help. There's a man called Filliman who lives in Mort Myre. He comes by the temple from time to time, but I haven't seen him recently. I was wondering if you could check on him. I must warn you, it could be dangerous. Mort Myre is filled with Ghasts. Yes, I'll go and look for him. That's great, many thanks. Now, please be aware of the Ghasts. You cannot attack them. Only Filliman knows how to take them on. Just run from them if you can. If you get lost, try to make your way back to the temple. So he does give you some pies, which is nice. Please take this food to Filliman. He'll likely appreciate it. His home is somewhere in the southern end of Mort Myre. I don't know the exact location, I'm afraid. Don't worry. If he's there and he's alive, I'll find him. Who exactly is this Filliman? Filliman Tarlock is his full name, and he's a druid. He lives in Mort Myre, much like a hermit, but there's many a traveler who he's helped. Most people that come this way tell stories of when they were lost in paths that just seemed to open up before them. I think it was Filliman Tarlock helping out. Where's Mort Myre? Mort Myre is a decayed and dangerous swamp to the southeast of here. Legend says it was once a beautiful forest called Humblethorn. Now it's filled with vile emanations from within Mauritania. The swamp decays everything. We put up a fence around to stop unwary travelers from going in. Anyone who dies in the swamp is forever cursed to haunt it as a ghast. Ghasts attack travelers, turning food into rotten filth. What's a ghast? A ghast is a poor soul who died in Mort Myre. They're undead of a special class. They're untouchable as far as I'm aware. Filliman knows how to tackle them though. When they attack, ghasts will devour your food that you have. If you have no food, they'll draw their nourishment from you. I better get going. Alright, by the way, speaking of the swamp here, I did also during the stream attempt to start doing Slayer, but the quest that I got was to kill, I don't even know what they're called, shades, I guess. And so the shades are in the swamp area. You have to have started this quest, I believe, in order to be able to do it, so I kind of put it off on the stream, but I'll hopefully be able to start doing that Slayer task once I finish this quest. I may even do a little bit of that in the next episode. I may do some Shades of Morton minigame. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Let me turn on my run here. So this is the entrance to the swamp. You must have started the quest to be able to open this gate, I believe. And now it is a long run south. But let's go. So you can see the ghasts here. They're kind of semi-invisible. And yeah, if they hit you, it'll spoil one of your food. So that's why I brought a lot of food. There's a little bit of combat in this quest. I'm not too worried about it, but as a hardcore, I do like to be at least a little bit prepared. Did I really fail that with 76 agility? That's kind of obnoxious. A shifting apparition appears in front of you. So you do need the Ghost Speak amulet for this part. Hello? Oh, I understand you at last. Someone who doesn't just mumble. I understand what you're saying. I'm wearing a amulet of Ghost Speak. Why, you poor fellow, have you passed away and you want to send a message back to a loved one? Not exactly. You have come to haunt my dreams until I pass on your message to a dearly loved one. I understand. Pray, tell me, who would you like me to pass a message on to? You don't understand. It's just that. Yes. Well, please don't be upset or anything, but you're the ghost. Don't be silly now. That in no way reflects the truth. How long have you been a ghost? What? Don't be preposterous. I'm not a ghost. How could you say something like that? But it's true, you're a ghost. Well, at least that is to say you're sort of not alive anymore. Don't be silly. I can see you. I can see that tree. If I were dead, I wouldn't be able to see anything. What you say just doesn't reflect the truth. You'll have to try harder to pull one over on me. What's it like being a ghost? Oh, it's quite... Oh, trying to catch me out where anyone can clearly see that I am not a ghost. But you are a ghost. Look at yourself. I can see straight through you. You're as dead as this swamp. No offense or anything. No, I won't take offense because I'm not dead, and I'm afraid you'll have to come up with some pretty conclusive proof before I can believe it. What a strange dream this is. Okay, thanks. Alright, so let me take this bowl here, and then there's a mirror underneath it. You search the strange rock, you find a knot inside of it, and discover a small tome. The words on the front of it are a bit vague, but you make out the words Tarlock and journal. Alright, let me read the journal. Most of the writing is pretty uninteresting, but something inside refers to a nature spirit. The requirements are something from nature, something with faith, and something of the spirit to become freely given. It's all pretty vague. Alright, very interesting. Where's Drezel? He's supposed to be around here. Did he there he goes. Hello again. Oh, hello there. Do you still think I'm dead? It's hard to see how I could be dead when I'm still in the world. I can see everything quite clearly, and nothing of what you say reflects the truth. Yes, I do think you're dead, and I'll prove it somehow. Alright, so now we will use the mirror on him. You use the mirror on the spirit of the dead Filliman Tarlock. Here, take a look at this. Perhaps you can see that you're utterly transparent now. The spirit of Filliman reaches forward and takes the mirror. Well, that is the most peculiar thing I've ever experienced. This mirror must somehow be dysfunctional. Strange how well it reflects the stagnant swamp behind me, but there's nothing of my own visage apparent. That's because you're dead. Dead as a doornail. Deader, in fact, you bear a remarkable resemblance to wormbait. No offense. I think you might be right, my friend, though I still feel very much alive. It is strange how I still come to be here, and yet I've not turned into a ghast. It must be a sign. Yes, a sign. I must try to find out what this means. Now, where did I put my journal? Alright, so of course I already read his journal. So let me see if I can re-summon him. I don't know how to trigger him to come out. I think I have to walk out a little bit and then come back in. That's what I did last time. There we go. I guess you try to enter it. Hello again. Oh, hello. Sorry, you've caught me at a bad time. It's just that I've had a sign, you see, and I need to find my journal. Where did you put it? Well, if I knew that, I wouldn't be looking for it. However, I do remember something about a knot. Perhaps I was meant to tie a knot or something? Alright, let me just use the journal on him. Here, I found this. Maybe you can use it. My journal. That should help me collect my thoughts. The spirit starts leafing through the journal. He seems quite distant as he regards the pages. After some time, the druid faces you again. It's all coming back to me now. It looks like I came to a violent and bitter end, but that's not important now. I just have to figure out what I'm going to do now. Being dead, what options do you think you have? I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but it's not like you have many options, is it? I mean, it's either up or down for you, isn't it? Well, you're a poetic one, aren't you? Your material world logic stands you in a good stead, if you're standing in the material world. So, what's your plan? In my former incarnation, I was Filliman Tarlock, a great druid of some power. I spent many years in this place, which was once a forest, and I would wish to protect it as a nature spirit. How can I help? Will you help me to become a nature spirit? The directions for becoming one are quite vague. I need 3 things, but I know how to get one of them. Perhaps you can help collect the rest. I might be interested. What's involved? Well, the book says I need, and I quote, something with faith, something from nature, and something of the spirit to become freely given. I know how to get the something from nature. Well, that does seem a bit vague. It does. And I could understand if you didn't want to help. However, if you could perhaps at least get the item from nature, that would be a start. Perhaps we can figure out the rest as we go along. The druid produces a small sheet of papyrus with some writing on it. This spell needs to be cast in the swamp after you have been blessed. I'm afraid you'll need to go to the temple to the north and ask a member of the clergy to bless you. Blessed? What does that do? It is required if you're going to cast this druid spell. Once you cast the spell, you should be able to find something from nature. Bring it back to me and then we'll try to figure out the other things that we need. Alright, so now I have to go back to Drezel. Quite a long run. Let's roll. Quite an interesting little quest. Always a good time in Gielinor. Always some quirky characters to talk to and discover. Lots of running back and forth for this quest as well, unfortunately. It's not terrible though. It's not as bad as it seems initially, I think. It's a nice fairy ring there if you have that unlocked, but I think in order to do Fairy Tale, you need to actually do this quest. So the quest is actually a requirement to be able to use this. Hello again, I'm helping Filliman. He plans to become a nature spirit. I have a spell to cast, but first, I need to be blessed. Can you bless me? Wait, you haven't sneezed. You're so funny. But can you bless me? Very well, my friend. Prepare yourself for the blessing of Saradomin. Here we go. Ashubutru Blessidium. There you go, my friend. You are now blessed. It's funny. Now that I look at you, there seems to be something of the faith about you. Anyway, good luck with your quest. Many thanks. Alright, so let me start making my way back. We're going to make a quick little pit stop before fully returning. Alright, so the goal here is to stand next to a log, and then you can use the spell. And then you can grab some mushrooms. I believe I actually need more, right? I think I need a... Man, I'm trying to remember if I needed more than one mushroom or not. I think I need more mushrooms. I don't want to risk it. I'm going to get a second blessing. Sorry, guys. I should have cast this in between two logs. But just to be safe, I want to cast another one. And it did, unfortunately, lose one of my salmon. Okay, maybe I only do need a single mushroom. I don't know why I thought I might have needed two. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. A little clumsy. I try to prepare a little bit for the episodes before I record them, but sometimes I have to improvise a little bit. Did I really fail that again? Okay, so I think I'm going to use the fungus here on the western stone. Then I'm going to put the spell on the eastern stone. There we go. And then I think we are done here. We'll try to enter the grotto. And then I will go here and talk to him while standing on the third stone. Did you manage to get something from nature? I picked the fungus that grew when I cast a bloom spell. Wonderful, the mushroom represents something from nature. Now we need to work out what the other components of the spell are. What are the things that are needed? The three things are something with faith, something from nature, and something of the spirit to become freely given. Okay, something from nature is the mushroom from the bloom spell you gave me. Yes, that's correct. That seems fine to me. The other things we need are something of faith and something of the spirit to become freely given. Do you have any idea what those things are? I'm sorry, my friend, I do not. I think I've solved the puzzle. Because Drezel said I'm something of faith, so I'm standing here, and then something of the spirit to become freely given is that journal that he gave me, so I think I've solved the puzzle. Oh, really? Have you tried to place all the items on the stone? Okay, we'll try. The druid attempts to cast a spell. Aha, everything seems to be in place. You can come through now into the grotto for the final section of my transformation. Very nice. Well, hello again. I was just enjoying the grotto. Many thanks to your help. I couldn't have become a spirit of nature without you. I must complete the transformation now. Just stand there and watch the show. Apparently, it's quite good. Good transformation is now complete. Now, my friend, in return for your assistance, I will help you to kill the Ghasts. First, bring me a silver sickle so that I can bless it for you. A silver sickle? What's that? The sickle is a symbol and a weapon of the druid. You need to construct one with silver so that I can bless it. With its powers, you will be able to defeat the Ghasts of Mort Myre. Okay. How can a blessed sickle help me defeat the Ghasts? My blessings will entice nature to bloom in Mort Myre. And then, with the nature harvest, you can fill a druid's pouch and release the Ghasts from their torment. What will you do with the silver sickle? Why, I will give it my blessing so that the very swamp in which you stand will blossom and bloom. Okay, thanks. Alright, let me use the sickle on him. Alright, never mind. He's gone. Have you brought me the silver sickle? Yes, here it is. What are you going to do with it? My friend, I will bless it for you now, and then you will be able to accomplish great things. Now then, I must cast the enchantment. You can bless a new sickle by dipping it in the holy water of the grotto. Your sickle has been blessed. If you lose your blessed sickle, you can bless a new one by simply dipping it in grotto waters. Now you can go forth and make the swamp bloom, collect nature's bounty, and fill a druid's pouch. So armed, will the Ghasts be bound to you until you flee or they are defeated. Before I can make this grotto into an altar of nature, I need to be sure that the Ghasts will be kept at bay. Go forth into Mort Myre and slay 3 Ghasts. You'll be releasing their souls from Mort Myre. The nature spirit gives you an empty pouch. You'll need this in order to collect the nature's bounty. When it contains item in it, it will bind the Ghasts to you until you flee or it is defeated. Alright, let's go. Let me go to these logs here, and then we can do a cast bloom with the sickle. And then I can pick some mushrooms, and I guess I just repeat this. We'll do it 3 times. I'm going to need 3 of them. And then we'll use this on the pouch. Perfect. And then I can use a druid pouch on the Ghast. And then I can finally attack them. Need to kill 3 of these bad boys. About to level up my attack. It's gonna be sweet. Alright, let's do another one. Level 51 attack. Juicy. Alright, Mr. Ghast. Your days are numbered. And last one. Guess I didn't need any food at all, but you can never be too safe. Perfect. And we're done. Let me go tell my ghostly friend the good news. How did I fail every single time with 76 agility? I don't understand. Hello again, my friend. Have you defeated 3 Ghasts, as I asked you? Yes, I've killed all 3, and their spirits have been released. Many thanks, my friend. You have completed your quest. I can now change this place into a holy sanctuary, and forever it will be known as Altar of Nature. Beautiful. Nature Spirit completed, 2 quest points, 3,000 crafting, 2,000 hit points, 2,000 defense. That's nice. Welcome to my Altar of Nature. Farewell, my friend, and keep those Ghasts at bay. So I can pray here, restore my prayer a little bit. Excellent. So that's it. That's going to do it for this episode. I do appreciate you guys watching as always. And I will see you on the next one. Haven't decided what I'm going to do yet, but it will be exciting. See you then.
Thanks for stopping by the Renaissance Gaming Monastery. I hope you join our community on Discord and Twitter. These videos are produced with a lot of hard work and love. If you think they're worth $1, I'd be grateful for your contribution. You can send a thanks donation or become a member on YouTube. You can also support through PayPal, Patreon, or even with cryptocurrency. All links are in the description. See you on the next video.